days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, right at you. You give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.
All right, let me take a caller on line 4. I think it's the great Kevin Frazier's calling in. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. Hi, journalist extraordinaire.
I had to call you. Karen, are you there?
Yes. Hi, we're giving you your applause. Hi.
Oh, listen, I've been at every NABJ except for 3 since 1994. And it is an important organization to me. It is in my contract that I go to NABJ. Today, my disappointment is profound, and for a couple of reasons. It's not that he came there, it's who was there to stop him, to slow his roll. I know, did they call you and ask you to be on that panel?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah. I know they didn't call Roland Martin. I know they didn't ask April Ryan. I know they didn't ask Abby Phillips. There are so many great journalists who were there and who would have come running for that panel. And I'm very disappointed because he ran amok, as he does always. Mm-hmm. He insulted not only the women on the stage, but all black journalists. And he insulted black people.
Yep.
Black jobs.
Yes.
That woman's Indian. And it's just like, that is so beyond acceptable. And that's where I need a Roland. That's where I need an Abby. That's where I need an April. That's where I need you. Hey, anybody. But there are a lot of people who belong to NABJ who would have been there and stood strong. And I'm not saying those women who were on that stage didn't stand strong, but I do know this. A good friend of mine said he has seen Harris Faulkner there before. I have never. And so I don't think I'll see her on the floor in Chicago because I'm there. I'm shaking everybody's hand. I'm talking to everybody because I want to know what's going on with not only me and my generation, but the next generation coming up. So it is just I'm frustrated.
No, I feel
very frustrated.
Listen, it was crazy to know yesterday that this was going to happen. Kevin Frazier, of course, Entertainment Tonight, but also he's in them streets hard, like he's behind the scenes hard too. I thought Rachel Scott did a great job, so I'm gonna give her flowers. Yeah. I think she did a great job holding him to account and not really letting him try to boppity bop like he normally does. And there's a lot of commentary, whether people are trolling us or not, that we needed to hear from him, and I don't sit on that side. I think we know who he is. So anything else? So what do you think the goal was of NABJ to invite him to this convening of black journalists? What do you think the goal was?
I'm going to tell you what it was. And it is the people who, some of the people in the upper echelons who believe that in fairness, in being a journalist, you do always invite the presidential candidates. And those offers have been extended to him before, and he has not accepted those offers. Now, all of a sudden, he did accept that offer. But the thing is you also have to look at all the past behaviors. How many times has NABJ had to step forward and condemn his behavior for treatment of their members? And that's a different narrative when you come to dealing with who's coming to NABJ, which is a place where we celebrate, align, and move forward as black journalists. So if you're going to invite him, then he has to be able to come in and take the heat from the best and brightest. I thought Rachel did a great job. But you have to remember something. She's beholden to her employer, and they are watching her. Mm-hmm. And it's very important to remember that she can't – they probably told her, hey, we have to walk a fine line with this man. We still have to cover him. Roland doesn't need to cover him.
That's right.
April has stood in the White House and gone right at him, and so has Abby. And so that's the only difference. I'm not condemning how they performed. I'm just condemning the rope they had to do what they needed to do.
moving
And I think
forward.
that's important to remember.
No, we're moving forward because we need institutions. I think there's an opportunity here, and I'm almost glad this happened because now we get to examine, maybe get new leadership in, and maybe hold them accountable. I feel like this is a time to hold everybody accountable. Nobody just gets our vote or our dollars or our eyeballs without having. And if you are an organization with Black in your name, meaning this is your advocacy is for us, there should be some receipts. I feel like there's an opportunity now to
100%.
set a different bar for NABJ and other organizations.
I agree with you, and I tell you what, the elections at NABJ will be the most voted on elections ever because people are coming and they're upset and they're mad. I have some colleagues who have canceled already, who they just don't want to come. And people there are some organizations that have canceled, rightfully so. You can do as you say, but I will tell you this. Going forward, and if you remember, you remember this, Karen, after George Floyd, there was this groundswelling of the world needs to be a fair and equitable place. That's why we have DE&I in so many institutions, and money was spread around. Right. I mean, as an owner of a Black media company, for the first time, I actually saw equitable advertising dollars. But we know that doesn't happen. And so that's the kind of thing that we have to start looking at and once again holding people accountable for, because now it's all under attack and being taken back.
That's right.
That's what you have to watch and understand. It's all being taken from us. Why wasn't a Black-owned media entity on that stage?
Come on. Listen. I don't know if I would have accepted if asked, but I definitely think Roland should have been there because he has Black Star Media. He actually has a media company. You have hiphollywood.com. There are media companies that I'm in a different. I see myself in a different position. I'm always going to be outside the house yelling and throwing rocks and building a house next to yours that's bigger. But
the Griot. I mean, Byron Allen owns the Griot. They have a television channel. They're on DirecTV too.
All right, we're going to disagree on that one for some other reasons. But Kevin, listen, and even I'm going to. I know what you're saying, but I also, think again, the accountability needs to go across the board in terms of what people, stand for. And if you have Black in your name, we need to see some receipts. That's all I'm saying. Well, I appreciate you out in the streets driving in your electric vehicle.
Right now, now in my electric vehicle.
And you got an open seat, which you obviously already know, and I appreciate you coming through today. Got to go to a break. Kevin Frazier.
Let me tell you something.
What?
I always listen to your show. I love your show. I love what you do and what you stand for and the voice you represent. We need you. We love you.
Thank you.
You're important.
Thank you. I received that, and I will hug you back virtually through the airwaves.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I